Fucking adverts.
And we're live. One of things all of a sudden.
We all look happy to be here.
Always happy to be here.
Just give me 2 seconds there. We just have a few feeding problems to fix.
Teething.
Feeding.
Teething. That headset does not look good. You look like Mr. Potato Head wearing a headset, Dan.
Oh my god.
Fast potato.
Yeah, Steve, you're making that joke when he's the quickest one here.
And?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
It's not about winning,
usual, guys.
it's about taking part.
I've got the streamer.
Colby looks like he's ready for his first day at school.
Dylan says, yes, lads. Good evening, Dylan. Good evening, Paranoid.
I got a review.
Good evening, TT's.
Any way we can set the stream so that it's showing the gallery view?
Hey.
Yeah, we're just gonna try that there though. 1 sec.
Evening, guys.
It's just.
Right, now the girls can stop crying that we're late.
We got it started on time for once.
Very much for once.
Mitch Foley. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Hello, please.
Well, my mum's favourite drink is Bacardi, so I'll go for this one. And I don't know anybody's favourite drink at least.
Steve, we can hear your background noise, mate.
You have picked the curdy, that is blended, fermented.
Not that bad, is it?
Yeah, it's bad, yeah. Second there, we're just struggling to get the gallery view up. Just give us a tick. Look, I'll start away there. I'll just give a general of what we're at. Just Chloe's trying to figure out the gallery view.
If you just literally go to the top right corner and click it, it comes up with speaker and gallery view, and just click that.
That's clicked. It's gallery view. It's just not coming across on YouTube for some reason.
Then it might just be that it won't stream like that.
Mechanicals just said, is that a rat Steve's holding? Yes, it is.
Look, I'll just give a brief.
It's not. It's really not a rat.
A brief of what we're at, just with always have a look at that. And if we can't get the gallery view, we can't get it. Not really much we can do about it. So, it's season 6 drivers draw. Obviously, season 5's gone now, so well done to the tier winners, Sociopath, Armin, and Blue. The Williams lads winning constructors. You had Matey Boy, Andy Boy, Cammy, J-Doy, Scotty, and myself. No season 6. Obviously, look, if there's a lot of new guys in the last couple of weeks, so if anybody doesn't know, we run a joint constructors here. So you've 6 drivers per team. Everybody's broken up into 4 pots based on pace per tier. Pot 1 with pot 4, pot 3, or pot 2 with pot 3. No, go with that, no?
No.
Yeah, look, we don't have the gallery view for some reason, so we'll just try to not talk over each other so that the person talking can be seen. So look, we'll start with tier 3, and for tier 3 you have Claymon calling out pot 1, you have myself calling out pot 2, Colby calling out pot 3, and pot 4 is Ninja, and the constructor is Kieran. Just to briefly run through the pots. Pot 1 is Gainful, Mechanical, Jampot, Kieran, and Carl. Pot 2 is Taylor, Matey Boy, Hound, Dimster, and Kane Lowry. Pot 3 is Chris, Osso Basso, Barkmandu, Wabstappen, and Teabag. Pot 4 is Dylan, Jackie, King Luckman, North Pack, and the one and only Saki. So yeah, I suppose we'll drive on with Clay for part 1, followed by Ninja for part 4, myself for part 2, and Colby for part 3. And once the team is picked out, Kieran will drop us the constructor as well. So yeah.
You want me to do it after every driver lineup or at the end?
Yeah, please, yeah. No, every driver lineup.
Yeah.
First driver out of pot 1 is Jampot.
And in part 4 for the first driver, it will be King Luckman.
Oh,
Good
Luckman showed
team.
some pace
And
this
they will
season.
be in the Mercedes.
Oh,
Ooh.
Pot 2, tier 3. I was like, no. First driver is. Hold on. It's constructor, isn't it? Apologies.
yeah.
He
did say Mercedes.
No, he's done the constructor as Mercedes.
Done the
Okay, I missed
constructor.
it.
It was
I couldn't
Mercedes.
hear you. All right, fair enough. Yeah, sorry. First driver out of pot 2 is, if I can unwrinkle it, is Dimster.
Oh,
Rightio. First driver out of part 3 is
Basso.
damn.
Good team.
Ooh.
And they will be in the Williams. You see that, Dan? Can you read that?
I can see that. I just chose to ignore you for the last one, so.
Next driver out of pot 1 is Kieran.
And Kieran, you will be partnered with Jackie.
Again.
Well,
Jackie's
I've
fault.
already had Jackie as a teammate before, but yeah. So we will be in the Alfa Romeos.
Alfa Romeo. Yeah, unlucky, Kieran. I know you were looking for Stacky, but look, it is what it is.
I'll take whoever I get.
First driver out, or the next driver out of part 2 is Taylor.
and teaming up with Taylor will be Wabsteppen.
Webstappen. Solid team, that actually.
And they'll be in the Alpha Tauri.
happy days. That's that one out of the way. Can't stitch me up.
Teabag, we're getting Alpine.
Next driver out of pot 1 is Gameful Odds.
And Gainful will be partnered with Dylan.
And they will be in the Alpines.
Alpine. Next driver out of part 2. Kay Lowry.
Oh,
Teabag looks excited.
He would be teaming up with Chris.
And they will be in the Aston Martin.
happy days. I'm not in that again.
Next driver out of pot 1 is Carl T.
And he will be partnered with Saki.
And they will be in the Ferraris.
Ferrari work out.
Happy that's gone.
Saki loves the Ferrari.
They're not
Next
teammates
driver
last
out of-
season.
Who was it? Last one.
Carl and Saki.
Yeah, they were in the McLaren. Yeah.
They're in the McLaren, yeah.
So teammates
Hopefully they can
again.
win a Hopefully they can win a constructors this year. Next driver out of part 2, my old teammate, Matey Boy.
And Matey's teammate, our own Teabag.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good team. Yeah, very good.
Take care of it,
They will be in
Kieran.
the house.
Oh,
Teabag, that face says it all.
Oh, well suited.
Final driver out of pot 1 is Mechanical.
And my final driver out of part 4 is Nerf Pack.
Apologies to North Pack.
And they will be in the McLarens.
McLaren, lovely.
Steve is
last-
on the process of elimination there.
You punched
Mechanical North Pack.
words I can't say on the stream.
The last driver out of part 2, the most annoying guy in the world, is Hound.
I think you got a
As we're
mistake
now
with Scotty.
looking at-
I was going to say, is Mechanical on the stream?
Why are we looking at technicals is what I want to know.
What?
And we'll be paired up with Bart. Man, do.
So
The
it's
thing
Steve
is,
and Bark.
Come on back, Wendy, we can do it.
Right, Luke, let's go again, bud.
That's a lead forward. Try like
You just said Bark, it's time for the drivers now.
Yeah,
Kieran.
great.
Oh, the constructors. Dan?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Ready?
Oh,
Oh,
I know I was coming
Hound
back.
is the
Bob,
Max
you're Max
Verstappen.
Verstappen.
Steve, if I get Mercedes, you're going as Max for the season.
Get as many as you can.
Ripple. She's well happy. Did you hear that?
So that's tier 3 for season 6 out of the way. I'll just give you a recap. We got Lads and Dylan in the Alpine, Mechanical and Northpack in the McLaren, Jampot King Luckman in the Mercedes, Kieran and Jackie in the Alfa Romeo, Carl and Saki in the Ferrari, Taylor, Danny, Webb Staffman in the Alfa Tauri, Matey Boy and Teabag in the Haas.
Bravo.
Somebody have a radio on.
Could have another go, but I'd be using up time. Let's leave time.
Steve.
Oh, Jesus, what a
Um,
Kane Lowry and Chris in the Aston Martin, Hound, who's lucky to still be here, and Barkman Lou in the Red Bull, Dimster and Asso Basso in the Williams. Jesus Christ, one job, quiet place. So yeah, that is tier 3 out of the way. Next tier is tier 2. So for part 1 you'll have Teabag, for part 2 you'll have Ninja, part 3 you'll have Hound, for part 4 you'll have Kieran, for the constructors you'll have myself, as Teabag looks like he's about to have a heart attack. You alright there, bud?
Look at the general
yeah,
chat.
there's a picture posted in general chat with you and this egg next to it is brilliant.
I'll get to it.
And then Steve with Mick Foley.
So for tier 2, part 1, you got Wiccan, Paranoid, Schnitzy, Gingy, and Cynix. Part 2, we got Gexy, Kiani, Cammy, Lars, Bab, Chloe's choking. Part 3, you got Harry, Henky, Ashik, Ronan, Dyslexic. Part 4, you got Scotty, Clay, Ninja, Red Dog, and Ross. Yeah, up to Teabag. Can Jam pots in the stream, up the luck pot. Like that. That works.
Or is it potluck?
That works
Might be
better. Colin, we'll wait on you, bud.
Oh, I thought you were chatting. Right, I've got Gingy first.
All right. And his teammate will be.
Hold on, I missed the first one. Clay.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Who's
Worst
up
teammates to
first?
have.
Oh, for me or him?
Him.
Who was drawn out of pot one there? Sorry.
Gingy.
Gingy and Clay. Solid team on Gingy's behalf, anyway. And they will be in the Alpine. Again for Gingy.
Poor guy.
The first driver out of pot 2 will be Kiani.
If he gets the Alfa Romeo again, he's not going to be happy.
And out of pot 3, we have Ronan.
Kiani and Ronan, and they will be
That's going to
in
be
the...
overpowered.
You're going to be happy, Teabag. They're in the Haas.
Okay.
Immediately, everything he wanted to say is just gone.
Yeah.
Teabag likes the Haas all of a sudden.
We have got Schnitzy.
And
Schnitzel.
he will be with Mr. Can't finish the race all season.
Scotty and Schnitzel.
I thought I were being pulled out
And
twice
they
then.
Schnitzel.
I was going to say, I thought Ninja was there.
They will be in the Ferrari.
Ferrari shaping up quite well.
Second
Back to me now.
driver out of
Oh,
pot
sorry.
2 will be one of my favourite Scotsmen in the league, Cammy Moe.
You can't have a favourite Scotsman.
There's only
They're
like
all
4 of
Scottish.
them, so it's not really that hard to have a favourite.
No, they're all Scottish. You can't have a favourite.
Out of pot 3, we have Harry.
That's solid, yeah, that's solid. That's
It kind of concerns me that you spelled Harry wrong, Steve.
You had
That
one job.
works. And they will be in the AlphaTauri.
I'm just watching Baby Dan.
So pot 1 is going to be Sonex.
And he will be partnered with Ross.
And they will be in the Red Bull. Fucking camera. Oh, no.
There's 2 teams left, Baby Dan. 2 teams. You've gone from a 10% chance to a 50% chance of getting a Mercedes.
Third driver of pot 2.
You just said there's 2 teams. I was like, no, there's 5. Go on. I'll see.
Third driver out of pot 2 is Lars.
Lars.
And pot 3 is Dyslexic.
That's a good team.
That's solid.
Yeah.
I'll take them in the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, I just dropped one. Yeah. They will be in the McLaren.
Oh, that means
Don't scream.
Mechanical's got a decent partnership.
Right. Pot one, I got Paranoid.
Paranoid.
Come on, Kieran.
And
Yes,
he
Andy,
will
I did
be
drop that
piggybacking Ninja.
Yeah!
Oh, that's wrong. Come on, the
Come on,
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Come on, the Mercedes.
Come on, Mercedes.
No! No!
Chloe,
No.
Chloe,
Don't you dare.
grab me this Mercedes there, will you?
No. Dan, don't you do it.
It's not the Mercedes, it's the Williams.
Williams? I'm free! Sort of.
Ginger's just pointed out that he's had 4 seasons here and he's only had 2 cars.
Same. Well, I've had 6 seasons here and I've had 2 cars. Mercedes and
Third one, isn't
Ferrari.
it? And you've now got a Williams.
I have 2 cars in 1 season.
3 cars. Lovely.
Ninja.
Yeah, fair way. Right. 4th driver out of pot 2 will be Bad.
And he is with Hengi.
Nice.
The picture that
Just
Scott's
need a
just
Mercedes.
posted in generals, honestly, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Whoever
I know, I've
posts is
just seen
getting
what
banned.
Scotty posted.
Who was that again? Bab and Henke will be in the Aston Martin.
It's going to be weird seeing Teddy Henke being anything above bottom McLaren.
Right, so last one, we've got Wicken.
And I feel like this team's going to be OP if they hook it up, because his teammate will be Red Dog. So if Red Dog finds form, that team's OP.
They were teammates last season in the Aston Martin as well.
Yeah.
We're a bit late there, Bab. You're in the Aston Martin. Sorry, bud. Wicken and Red Dog will be in the Alfa Romeo.
I'll take that.
My final driver out of pot 2 is Gexy.
Someone new to the mix.
And he's with Ashley.
Two new drivers.
Yeah.
2 new drivers in the same car. The obviously the last car remaining is the Mercedes. So yeah, that's Gexy and Ashley.
Freedom!
Or give it a quick recap on tier 2. Got Paranoid and Ninja and the Williams, Snitsy and Scotty in the Ferrari, Gingy and Clay in the Alpine, Cynics and Ross in the Red Bull, Wicken and Red Dog in the Alfa Romeo, Gexy and Ashik in the Mercedes, Cami and Harrison in the Alfa Tauri, Kiani and Ronan in the Haas, Lars and Dyslexic in the McLaren, and Bab and Henke in the Aston Martin. We take a 2-minute break to grab a beer before tier 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally 2 minutes, yeah.
So Dan's got to walk about half an acre just to get to his warehouse.
I'll run.
It's the only time you run anywhere, mate.
He doesn't run up in there.
in your life, Dan.
You can have a chat between yourselves if you like.
Rather
I'm
not.
so happy.
I'll tell you what, I
I'm not.
will say, I know we say it every year when a driver pairing's made, we look at it and say that's a strong team. But looking at this season, I do not think there's going to be any weak team at all.
No. Just a couple of concerns about consistency amongst some teams, but we know that consistency can swing from one season to another.
Alfa Romeo being one.
That was where I was going with that. But Steve, I'm so glad you got the Red Bull again.
I'm
I'm
not.
so happy. Go on,
My
Steve.
missus is.
But Steve,
What?
as per our agreement, I did not get the Mercedes. Therefore, you can drive a Sergio Perez.
Yep. Back in the
He's usually
Wait.
the number 2 anyway.
Max.
Wait,
Actually, no, Steve, you finished above your teammate last season, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
it was
finished
you.
above you last season.
No, I'm on about your current, like this season's teammate.
Maybe.
Then you take Max.
I can't. I set up the lobby.
Super Max.
by the way, Paranoid, I know you are watching. For your own sake, I'm happy to take Latifi.
He drives
will
like
say
it, to be
that
fair,
now.
Paranoid.
He drives like Latifi anyway. He's more likely to crash than anything.
I just said that, kid. God, jump on my Jake, why not?
Now you know how it feels.
But I am so happy to get out of that Mercedes.
Is that happy? Susan's going to have fun later.
The thing is, baby Dan, you know the sound of that power unit. So you on
Yeah.
manual gears, it's not going to really affect you.
No, it's lovely.
I
Mine
personally
sounds
like the
like
sound of the
turd.
Alfa Romeo power unit, so I'm good. I like it. Now you know how it feels. I think I've got to get some practicing for Austria, though.
Right.
hate
Yeah, I think so
Austria.
too.
As we have got a spare 2 minutes whilst Dan grabs a beer. To everyone in tier 3, you've been wonderful to race with, but due to work purposes, I've gone to tier 2. But happy memories.
Oh, shut
On
up,
behalf-
soppy bollocks.
On behalf of Tier 3,
We're glad you're
thank
gone.
Christ. Good riddance.
Here's one less safety car a race.
Don't know, you're racing.
Well,
If I'm honest,
yeah.
I feel like I've got the best end of the stick here. I've got rid of Kieran as a tier 2 admin. We've shipped Colby off to tier 1, and I've got Dan instead.
That's no
He was
better.
about as reliable as a chocolate fire guard.
Well, I've had you for how many seasons?
In fairness, my role as an admin is above that, but I digress.
To
Yeah,
be fair,
so,
in Tier 3, I use teabag anyway.
Yeah, like each tier now is relatively sorted on admins. Like Luke stepping into tier 1 adminship. Thank you, Luke.
Worries, mate.
Okay, short but sweet. Move
Thing,
on.
really. We should have put Kieran in tier 1 and Luke in tier 3.
Luke would have
Yes.
dominated tier 3.
look at him straight away. Yes.
He'd have the championship won by like round 8.
Nah, I'd give him earlier.
Looking at the calendar, I think the only race that I've got a realistic chance of winning is Singapore.
No. Too many walls there.
No, I love Singapore. And it's one of those races where you've actually got to focus on like the entire way through. There's no breathing space, so I tend not to crash.
I'm looking forward to China.
Yeah, so am I.
Scotty's a funny guy, isn't he?
Yeah, who knew he had a sense of humour?
Yeah, been more active in the last hour than he has been in 6, 7
2
months.
seasons.
Yeah, lucky to be getting a seat, if I'm honest.
Who's that?
Wink, wink. You.
Sky.
All right, so will we drive on with tier 1?
Yep.
I'm just going to sit here, drink and smoke because I've got nothing else to do for the rest of it. So,
Same.
Peace and quiet.
So tier 1, we got myself calling out part 1, Teabag calling out part 2, Hound calling out part 3, Colby calling out part 4, and Clay on constructors. Part 1 will be Brugy, Cameron, Sohab, I think that's how you pronounce it. Max Draftas. Pot 2 will be myself, Scotty, LF Racing, Rabico, Don Rabico, and THX. Pot 3 will be Andy, Armin, Culpy, Jedi, and Blue. Pot 4 will be Joy, Albie, Lato, Robin, and Big Boy. And before we even start, this tier is absolutely stacked. There will be no bad teams out of this tier. As you are, that would be me.
Cheers.
First driver out of pot 1 before Steve gets murdered.
What? Why am I getting murdered
Is-
now?
I was just going to say, does it not look like Steve's doing a bush tucker trial here?
Are you drinking flavoured milk out of a gin glass?
No, it's Bailey's. I have an extra large wine glass.
First driver to pot 1 is the king himself, Draftas.
Go on, Drofters.
Come on, let's have a 2 Elshies together.
Roftus' teammate will be Jaho.
Ooh, Joy, strong team.
Jay, another one that's just struggled with consistency, but if he hooks it up, game over for the rest of that tier.
They'll be in the Alfa Romeo.
I'll take that.
Kieran might get carried to his first Constructors' Championship.
I was going to say, is there anything Kieran's going to win this season?
I tried it last season with Dan and then got demoted down to tier 3 and moved teams.
Right, the first person out of pot 2. Dingleberries.
Dingleberries will be with Blue.
Oh.
Red Bull, go on.
Even see who we
Do
were
not
with.
give him the Red Bull. Do not give him the Red Bull.
Don't talk to me the Red Bull.
And they will be in the Alpine.
Ooh.
Yes! No!
That
can't
only
reduce
got,
to
oh,
another
I want a
championship.
Red Bull Power unit, and then gets Alpine gets excited.
Oh, I thought it was Kieran, and I was like, no, it's not. Great, I'm saved. Blue.
Well, I just smashed my phone.
Can I just point out that Andy Boy, as part of the contractual obligations of the league to be in the league, has to give me a setup every week.
Can we all just take a minute silence?
Which may or may not be my setup every week.
And which may or may not be sponsored by Carlsberg.
Can we please just take a minute silence for Kieran's phone?
I'm messing. I didn't smash my screen. It's fine.
You had me for a moment.
This phone is indestructible. I've dropped it everywhere and it's not broken.
Next driver out of pot 1 is Sohab.
And a driver out of pot 4 is Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Oh, Mr. Gonna miss quality, but has got excellent race pace.
And they will be in the McLaren.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that the reason Cammy didn't win tier 1 is because Big Boy took the fastest lap in the season finale because Dan brought him in as a reserve last minute.
Big Boy.
Just no need to rub the salt in the wound.
Just meaning, like, that point decided the championship, and that is Dan's fault.
Sorry, I just realised I'm Dylan. So, yeah, there you go.
Right,
Ow! That's a joke.
pot 2. Scotty, 1, 2, 3.
And he'll be with Armin.
And there will be in
Yeah.
the Williams.
Get in!
I forgot that quarter of Tier 1 is new drivers.
Scotty back in the Williams.
Yeah, Tier 1 being 5 new drivers in the tier. If we can just do the same with Tier 3 and leave me by myself, that'd be great.
Part 1 is Brugy.
And his teammate is Robin.
Robin.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that Big Boy has just joined the stream and is happy with his team?
They're in the Mercedes.
Sid.
Rougie in the Mercedes again.
Yeah, he did really well last year. You know, included in the title fight up until the last few rounds. Solid showing.
So, biggest bit of paper, we got MDG.
And
What
he'll
was
be
that
with
paper for those 3 little letters?
Yeah, I know. Fingers at the bottom.
Jedi.
Ooh. No, that partnership I'm actually excited for because that could work very well.
In the Aston Martin.
And them two have been constructors teammates before. They were a part of the Red Bull, not last season, season 4. So they know each other quite well at this stage. So that could be beneficial.
Next driver to part 1 is Cameron Poulter.
And he will be with JJ Lato.
JJ Lato.
Or JJ Trim now.
They'll be in the AlphaTauri.
So, we've got the Don, Mr. Rabico.
and he'll be with Colpe.
Nice.
Hey, Colby, you've got a teammate that you're faster than.
They'll be in the Haas.
Let's go, Rabico. You said it earlier.
So close to being a Ferrari.
I mean,
Happy day.
Just like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm like,
He's raging.
Who's got TV on the background?
Dave, mute
Yo.
yourself.
or mute her, one of them. Like, we're not particularly bothered.
Last driver out of part 1, so we can stop listening to Steve, is Max. New driver, Max.
And he will be with Albie.
Yeah, it's solid as well.
It will be in the Red Bull.
Max has to take Max Verstappen.
So, final from pot 2 is LF Racing.
And he'll be with Andy Boy.
And they will be in the Ferrari.
So yeah, that's a recap for Tier 1. We got Sohab, Big Boy in the McLaren, Cameron and Lato in the Alpine Tauri. AlphaTauri, yeah? You said Alpine Tauri. Cameron and Lato in the AlphaTauri, Droftas and Joyhu in the Alfa Romeo, Max and Albie in the Red Bull, Brugy and Robin in the Merc, myself and Blue in the Alpine, LF Racing and Andy Boy in the Ferrari, THX and J-Doy in the Aston Martin, Scotty and Armin in the Williams, Don Rabico and Culpy in the Haas.
Here's me just hoping to be carried by tier 1 at this stage.
Well, Dan's been pivotal in carrying me to 2 Constructors' Championships, so I'm hoping he can make it a 3rd one.
How have you managed to get Dan for literally half of the seasons that we've done as a Constructors teammate?
I have not a clue.
I think that this is unfair.
So yeah, look, I'll just give a full recap of all the teams in their whole. In the McLaren, we have Sohab, Big Boy, Lars, Dyslexic, Mechanical, and Northpack. In the Alpha Tauri, we have Cameron Poulter, JJ Lato, Cammy Moo, Harrison, Taylor Danny, and Wab Stappen. In the Alfa Romeo, we got Draftas, Joy Hu, Wicken, Red Dog, Kieran, and Jackie. That team is overpowered. In the Red Bull, we've got Max, Albie, Cynics, Ross, Kay Lowry, Hound, and Barkmandu. In the Mercedes, we have Brugy, Robin, Gexy, Ashik, the Jampot, and King Luckman. In the Alpine, we've got in the Alpine, we've got myself, Blue New Soul, Clay Mull, Gingy, Gainful Odds, and Dylan. In the Ferrari, we've got LF Racing, Andy Boy, Schnitzy, Scotty, Carl, and Saki. In the Aston Martin, we got THX, J-Doy, Bab, Henky, Kane, Lowry, and Chris. In the Williams, we got Scotty, Armin, Paranoid, Ninja, Dempster, and Asabasso. And the last team, Culpy's favourite team, we got Don Rabico, Culpy, Kiani, Ronan, Matey Boy, and Teabag. Every team is stacked, like, to be fair. What are you going to do with that?
The fact that Holpy and Kiani are teammates again, just in different tiers, is a good thing for them too.
I got a whole new team.
I think this is going to be the best season yet. Like every tier is stacked with drivers that could possibly win, and every constructor is stacked with drivers that will win races. So,
and then you chuck in the best calendar we've put together yet.
Yeah, this is going to be the most exciting season we've seen yet.
Like, honestly, I can't wait to get going on comms on Friday night. That's how excited I am for the season.
Do you know what, Dan? Look, we deal with parts and we deal with, constructors, and we do all this, and it comes down to the 60 guys that have signed up. It's up to them to come to race every week.
Yeah,
we can't be begging people to race. The pot system is there. And if if any of those teams ends up bottom by 500 points at the end, it's because people didn't show up. It's up to the guys to show up. Simple as that.
I know personally for Alfa Romeo, if they're struggling, it's primarily going to be due to me eating a barrier.
Yep.
So I need to sort my consistency out. That is what I need to do. Like, actual pace is there, just not eating a barrier is the issue.
Well, Dan will pick up the points I lose. It's fine.
I've got Drafter to make up the points that I lose, so
he's good, but he's not that good, Keir.
So I think that is a wrap for the season 6 live drivers draw. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Just want to point out we had 48 watching the stream at the highest point, so that's nice. That's brilliant. So yeah. Ciao. Huh?
Challenge.
What? What? You have to say it now. One,
You're
two,
supposed to sing
one,
love to
two,
everyone.
1, 2.
Bad music.
Good luck to everyone except